The other one's completely disconnected. I got a windshield washer nozzle kit on Amazon for $13.99. I'll put a link in the description for that. Came with new hoses, all new barbs, all the connectors to sprayers. Today I'm going to use 2 different sets of needle noses. I got a pair of crescents here. Got a channel lock brand. I like the crescent channel lock brand. I got a flathead screwdriver. We may or may not use that. And then a pair of side cutters. Cut the tubing. I also have this nifty little tubing cutter here that I use a lot. It looks like here that the tubing comes off the reservoir here, comes around. All this still feels pretty good. We may replace it at some point, but there's a the tubing goes into the firewall right here, into a grommet, and it looks like you got to pull these panels up here to get to the back side of it. So there's a connector right here, and I may just replace it from here to here, and then if I have problems later on, I could always just put a barb in, pull the tubing. You can't pull the tubing through because it's anchored down here, but you'd have to take this cover off. I just wanted to show you guys the kit that I got. It was fairly inexpensive. Comes with the new tubing. Almost lost one. Comes with quite a bit of tubing. Probably enough to do the whole thing, but like I said, I'm going to splice it in, and then if I have to get into it later, I'll continue where I left off. But 2 new little sprayers. Inexpensive. I don't know how well they're going to work, but we're going to try it out. It comes with these little washers. It's got a raised spot on it. The flat spot goes towards the sprayer here because it's flat. There's no hole. It's got a little lip, so you'd put that on top of the hood and go from there. So we're going to move this off to the side and pop that loose, that loose, that loose. See, that one's broken too. It just came off. So I'm going to leave it right here. So the only downfall is the one that's on it's got a clip. Not a big deal because we got these clips here. There's a new little Y. Yeah, I would probably put a little Y like that. So down in this hole, just like these, we have a little tab, so you could push on that with a flathead screwdriver on both sides, or take a pair of pliers and get in that little hole and see if I could get up in here and pull it loose. Alright, you're probably going to be better off with a screwdriver. And I'll show you here, guys, in a minute. I'll give you a close up on it, but you can pry up on it, jiggle it, pull one end out. It actually, I think it kind of broke, but flathead screwdriver goes in there pretty good, pretty well. And you can just push up on it, reach over the hood. Just like that. Is I'm going to go ahead and measure out a piece and put it on the sprayer, stick it down through the hole before I stick it back on there. I just think it'll make it easier. Let's see, let's try our little fancy little tubing cutter here. I know you guys want to see that. So, I'm going to make it a little bit longer because we can always trim it. I'm going to put it in there like that. Just press down on it. So we're going to take one of our sprayers here, and we're going to fit it on this. You got a small clip and a fat clip, small clip and a large clip. We're going to put the flat side towards the bottom. tuck it in there real good. It wants to get hung up on that. I about lost it. Did you see that? Did you see that? I about lost it. But it wants to get hung up on that little lip there, so you can kind of tuck it in. You can get a small little screwdriver. I know this one's big, but you can get a screwdriver and kind of poke at it. Get it down underneath there, or you can just use your fingernail if you got any. So we already cut us a piece of tubing. We're going to put it on here. Just kind of jiggle it. Be easy with it because it's plastic. A lot of times with these tubings, you can pinch them a little bit away from it. Kind of push the air out of it and then jiggle it and kind of roll it as you push forward. If you need to, you can put a little bit of dish soap around the end of it and slip on there easier. But we didn't need to. Now we're just going to stick it back through the hole. Put the tubing through there. Got to hit the hole on the other side. So we look good there. Alright. So now we're just going to simply just snap it in there. Probably better to do one at a time since the front's further away from us. We'll do that one. And then we'll do that one. Too shabby. There's our tubing hanging out where we're going to connect to our new little Y fitting here. Now I'm going to show you guys the other side here. I don't know if you guys can see in that hole there. Right there. There's the sprayer for the driver's side. We got the large clip on the bottom, small clip on the top. You can see where the fitting broke off, tubing hanging out. And I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver and pry in towards those and pull it out here. All right. Actually, it's so dry rotted, it's actually breaking. Alright, so the bottom one's loose. We're going to put the screwdriver on the top. Pry in on it. Alright, let's measure out another piece of tubing. And if you need to, you could take this off. If you want to measure it that way. It'll make it a little easier. But so I don't misplace it. It's better for me to leave it on there. Here's our fancy little cutter. Like butter. Let's get our new sprayer. Our new washer. So we got a raised end and a flat end again. Large hole, small hole, large clip, small clip, flat end, so large side goes towards the flat side. The end with the rib on it goes towards the hole. You said you can take your fingernail and just kind of push at it, push down at it. Probably want to get the other side on there first. Do them both at the same time. Kind of tuck it, push it underneath that clip there. All right, let's see here. You don't want to use anything sharp, but I realized I got a bigger screwdriver. You can probably find a smaller flat blade screwdriver. Make this a little easier. You don't want to use anything real sharp. So the smaller you get, the sharper they are. You can put a hole in it, but you can get one just a little bit smaller than this, and it may make it easier to get that out. Again, we're going to go ahead and put this hose on here. And just kind of jiggle it, kind of roll it. Don't get too aggressive with it. Kind of roll it around. as you're pushing forward on it. All right, that one's on there. Got our washer, and then we're going in the hole. We need to clean it first, so we got us a wet paper towel and a dry paper towel. Yeah, we're gonna wipe it off. Just the water and the paper towel. We're gonna dry it off. If you don't want to use paper towel, you can use something microfiber. But we're gonna stick this through here. It's keyed. You can only put the large end towards the front, small end towards the back. Obviously the sprayer needs to go towards the windshield. So we're gonna feed this through. So there it is. You can reach around and grab it. All right, so we're gonna snap it in. Big end, small end, big end towards the front. I'm gonna start with the bottom and just kind of tuck it. Push down on it. Push down on it. There it is. We're gonna pull this off. Here's the other end of it. So we can pull our, we're gonna replace all this. So I'm gonna leave it together right now for measuring purposes. See, if we look at this, if you wanna make it the same, straight end's on the bottom, the other way around, obviously. You wanna match them up. Straight end's on the bottom going to that side. The angle side's going towards the passenger side. So we're gonna put this on here. Just kind of roll it around as you push forward. And you can kind of squeeze it and just push. And it'll go. Get our other one here. We can go ahead and, oh shit. We'll have to get us some new clips. Well, be easy with it, because I just broke that one. They're brittle too, so we may need to find us some new clips.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get some new ones for that, and we'll do an update. But be real easy when you push these in. You're trying to save them. So now, see, my tubing's a little long. I'm gonna leave this one with a little play on it. This one I'm gonna cut it kind of tight to hold it up here. We're gonna cut it down, right there. And I'll use side cutters this time to show you guys. All right, let's put that on there. Kind of jiggle it and be easy with it. We'll get another clip for that at some point. Now, I'm going to take this hose. I'm just going to go ahead and hook it to here. I'm going to pull this back a little bit with a little, so I'm not putting tension on that clip so we don't break it. I'm going to jiggle this end on. And then I'll easily put it in this clip so we don't break this one. There we go. And I'm gonna pull it kind of, not real tight, but enough to kind of pull it up there where it ain't sagging. And I'm gonna clip this one in, like that. And that don't look too bad, but we'll get some new clips. And then we got an elbow right here. A pair of side cutters here. You don't want to dig too hard, but it'll grab the tubing instead of grabbing the hard part with the barb. And you just kind of roll it out like that, because we're trying to save this one. This side we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to kind of get up there on it. Snip it like that. You'll find if you find a smaller pair of side cutters, it's really good for trimming the side of these tubings. At least this way we're not pulling on it. Still feels pretty good. This one feels like a better plastic than the other ones. Don't know if that's the case. Move this clip around on this mount here if you need to. Like that. So I'm going to trim this one back so I get a good cut. Alright, see that kind of split right there when I cut it. So I'm going to come back a little further. And that looks pretty good. Let's put this bar back on here. So this old tubing don't feel too bad, and it was mainly the fittings on the sprayers just broke. You know, they were getting direct contact from the sun. You can slide this down a little bit and just be easy with these clips. And we're just going to take this one and kind of go right there with it. Well, we got to pull it tight. Well, I'm going to pull it tight. Not real tight, but kind of tight. So I'm just going to put my finger, we're at the end of my finger. I'm going to use my side cutters here. Square it up and cut it. And we're going to pull that kind of tight. We're going to put this back on. Alright. It looks like it worked out pretty good for us. Get it where it feels the best. That ain't too bad. It's in that little groove. You can kind of stretch that up a little bit if you need to. So let's test it out. Let's get our tools out of the way. We're going to shut the hood. Start her up. See if they spray. She's a feisty little car. Let's see what we got on the sprayers. Looks like that was success. Back spraying. Doing good. Another job well done.